Well, good evening, everyone. Michael, soothing here. Very full and satisfied from a Thanksgiving dinner. Do you like my friend here, Tom the turkey? Or is it Thomasina? I'm not sure. Oh, it must be Tom because it's got the plumage on the back. Have you ever seen wild turkeys where the males are trying to attract the females and they keep going like that? Peacocks do that too. It's fun to watch and also funny. I saw some turkeys, a whole bunch of wild ones, about 30 of them one time, all fly up into a tree, a bunch of trees. They were walnut trees or something, and I couldn't believe they were able to do that because they're so big and heavy. These were, of course, wild turkeys, though. Not quite as big and fat as the ones you eat. But anyway, what were you thankful for on this day? I think we should put all bad things that we worry about aside on Thanksgiving and be grateful and thankful because we have it better, most of us and most of you. We have it better in our lives than 99.9% of all human history, all people who lived throughout human history. If you think about it, think about what your life would be like. For example, if you didn't have running water and a bathroom and hot water, electricity, the internet, transportation, readily available food, shelter, clothing. Most of the time you don't have to worry about someone coming and attacking you in the middle of the night from neighboring tribe or whatever. So, we actually have it quite good. There's a lot. I'm thankful for all kinds of things. Simple things, well, they seem simple, but to us, because we're spoiled. But things like my car, I get into it and I think, wow, this is amazing. All I do is push this button and this thing takes me wherever I want to go. Isn't that something? My car's only 3 years old and I have, or is it 4? Going on 4 years. I have almost 100,000 miles on it. No, it's 3 years old. So anyway, I'm off track. I'm gonna, first I'll tell you what did we have? We had turkey and gravy and salad and stuffing and homemade mashed potatoes with real potatoes, not the powder that comes from a box, and all kinds of stuff like that. Apple crisp for dessert with ice cream. It was way too yummy. But my favorite meal on Thanksgiving, tell me if you're the same as me, my favorite meal is the turkey sandwich you eat several hours later, which I already did, so I can't do it anymore now. What was I thankful for? I'm very thankful for my kids and a great career. It's done now, but I have new things ahead. Well, I have you, I have my subbies and these videos and many other interests. I am thankful for the home, the beautiful place I live, seeing the ocean in the winter, wild, and the wildflowers in the summer, and the lakes and the streams, going fishing. I have a good wife who loves me very much and takes good care of me in many ways, and vice versa, of course. All the usual things. I have my spiritual faith, which is the greatest thing of all, because I believe very strongly that my faith in Christ means an eternity of a good life, not just a year or 2 or 10. And so, what's to not be thankful for, right? I'm even thankful for this nasty lymphocytic plasmic lymphoma blood cancer, because it's given me a new appreciation for life. And I'm thankful that in the NASCAR championship race, the guy I can't stand, the one guy I can't stand in the whole field, ended up winning, Kyle Busch, because it gives me a chance to be gracious and kind and think to myself, I hope anyone else in the field next year wins but him, okay? I'd like to see him wreck every race. No, wait, no, I didn't say that. Anyway, I'm a NASCAR. I was rooting for Martin Truex Jr., or I was also rooting for ABKB, anybody but Kyle Busch. So of course he won the whole thing, right? I was rooting for, one of the rookies to win, Byron or someone. I really want Elliott to win. So maybe next year he will win. But meanwhile, I'm just thankful for everything today and most days. I think this could be a good ear-to-ear noise maker if I do it real quiet, because the crinkles always sound so much louder than I think they're going to. So I have to just barely touch it like this. But anyway, the SD card says I only have 30 minutes left. We'll have to make this a little bit short compared to normal. But that's okay, because I have to get up early in the morning. So, I'm going to flip this down and just peruse through some old people magazines. Once again, I almost showed my name and address. They have that new law that says you can't collect information on anyone under the age of 13, the COPA rules. And I'm probably over the age of 13, but just in case, I don't want you to collect my personal info and send me ads for Cocoa Krispies, because I'm likely to take my parents' phone and order up some of that and some video games, things on the phone. Hold on, and I'll pan down on the old people magazines and we'll do a quick perusal. This says, the immunity you gained, let me fix the microphone, get it just a little bit closer. The immunity you gained from years past has waned. Yale Wellness Plan under fire. They shouldn't have to choose between a wellness program that shares sensitive medical information or paying a weekly fine. Are you from Yale College, or do you work there? Because I don't think this applies to most of us. Long-term care funds. Why the 2020 census matters. Why does it matter? I don't know. Also, I don't care. But it says that you can make a little extra money if you're a retiree, you can work for the Census Bureau. I don't think I would want to. I hate going door to door. Don't you? And I don't want other people coming to my door, now that I think of it. I get I get various people coming, and I'm not interested in somebody invading my privacy in the middle of the afternoon. It makes me not want whatever they're selling. A help button should go where you go. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Okay, I know it's not funny to make jokes about that particular, their cover story, believe it or not, is about medical marijuana. Your questions and what we know today. Can it ease chronic pain, lower anxiety, lessen cancer pain, alleviate PTSD, ease seizures, or reduce MS symptoms? These are all things that I've done some research on it because I was considering CBD oil, but it turns out there's very little valid data and more testing has to be done. Let's see what they're saying. Part 1, the basics. If a little bag of dry green buds, leaves, and stems is your most recent brush with cannabis, that means if you've been around for many decades, since the 1960s, you are the typical older adult medical marijuana user today, a bit behind the times. First of all, you are on your own. A doctor will not help you, blah, blah. Okay. Dispensaries carry a dizzying variety of products. It's like a trip to an adult-only candy store, loaded with oils, tinctures, vape pens, flour, mouth sprays, fancy chocolate truffles, cinnamon-scented cookies and sodas, balms and lotions, all laced with the active ingredients in cannabis. Yeah. Today's cannabis is super potent. This is not the marijuana people smoked in dorm rooms in the 1970s, says Stacy Gruber, director of Marijuana Investigations for Neuroscientific Discovery, MIND, that would be mind. Of course, if you've done a lot of marijuana, you don't have that anymore, a mind. But my observation is that people who have smoked a lot of dope are a little slow then afterwards, a little demotivated, a little less motivated than they used to be. Let's see, CBD. CBD will not get you high. Well, that depends, because I happen to know I got a hold of some of this to try it, because I was going to try it for certain symptoms before I found out it had blood-thinning properties. And it turns out the CBD I got had THC in it also. So it would get you high. So look close at the label. Anyway, never mind that. CBD seems to work for some things, it says. Anecdotally, CBD appears to work for pain. Well, not necessarily. I found it had no impact or effect at all. And that's what most people report as well. Now, when you mix it with THC, then it seems to work better for pain. Then you're not talking pure CBD anymore, are you? All right. Let's see. It does seem to help some people with anxiety, but the problem is there's no big, valid medical, double-blind scientific studies. So you're just taking people's word for it. And that's not very valid, because if you give people ground up sand and tell them it's a miracle drug, half of them will report that they were cured by it or helped a great deal, because that's the placebo effect. So you have to have a good, well-designed, double-blind study to compensate. You folks out there who think you can cure the common cold with vitamin C or something, you see, the cold will go away whether you take it or not. So, anyway, more study needs to be done. Edibles, it says here, only seem low risk. Hey, it's just candy, right? But that rainbow-hued gummy bear or that little chocolate square could contain 10 milligrams of THC plus CBD. That's 3 or 4 times the amount experts recommend for older adults. The edibles take 30 minutes to 4 hours to take effect. It's easy to eat more because you aren't feeling anything after a few minutes. Or if you eat too many, it's easy to take more because you aren't feeling anything at all. Okay, anyway. So, consult your doctor. Yeah, like some doctor is going to recommend you take this, right? Caution needed on the road. Uh-oh. Why it's not safe and what the law says. The AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety estimates nearly 15 million Americans drove under the influence of cannabis in the 30 days surveyed. I think 14 million of those 15 million were driving in the state of Oregon. I'm pretty sure, based on what I see on the highway. I just got a dash cam, and eventually I'll show you clips of some of the boneheaded things that Oregonians do on the road. But anyway, a survey of 790 medical marijuana use, 1 in 5 admitted they had been driving very high. 56% had hit the road within 2 hours of a dose. Did it affect their driving? It is clear that cannabis can impair driving. Says, I just sneezed, and so I had to restart. I'll edit that out. Where were we? Many doctors are in a quandary. Let's hope they can escape the quandary. I don't like being stuck in a quandary myself. It feels very confining when that happens. All right. Recreational marijuana. A culture emerges. Cannabis brownies. Those look kind of yummy to me, but I'm not going to have any because my mind is working slow enough as it is with the medication I have to take. You know what's depressing about old people magazines is every other page is something about an electronic monitor or something like that. It's kind of a drag, right? I'm getting bored with this article, multi-page article on medical marijuana. Cannabis has potential for people with PTSD, depression, anxiety, PTSD, the data for all these mental health issues is sparse. Data's not there yet. Maybe some of you would like to volunteer in research studies, right? I'm gonna pass. Cannabis. Where is it legal? Well, it would appear it's legal on the entire West Coast here, which once again explains our driving insurance rates. And in Alaska, the dark green means medical and medical. No, did I have a joint? Recreational and medical. And then of course Colorado, and it's starting in places like Vermont and Maine. Okay. There is a huge oversupply. We have dope stores on every corner now, and they're getting no business because there's so much supply, and it's no fun for the teenagers anymore to go. I don't like when those cars go by. It's no fun for the teenagers because it's no longer forbidden, right? Uh-oh. You anti-vaxxers are going to have an exploding head when you see this. Vaccines. Shingles, and pneumonia. Let me explain something, anti-vaxxers. While I sympathize with a few of the points you have made, you're on the wrong side of science, for the most part, because vaccines save millions of lives and millions of people misery. For every one person who's negatively affected, 1,000 people are very positively saved from something horrible like death from pneumonia, okay? So, which is very common, by the way. So, death by chicken pox or lifelong deafness and things like that. Shingles is a miserable disease. I had the shingles vaccine because I don't want to get it, because I had chicken pox as a child, and it can come back and bite you as an older adult. Okay, get the real deals at outlet malls. I get a better idea. Just skip going to the mall, and you'll get the best deal of all. All right. See? Old people mags. The perfect lift chair. A chair that does everything. You never have to get out of it, except maybe going to the bathroom and heading to the fridge. So they're getting more and more high tech. You can just sleep in the chair. In fact, it says, it's the best sleep chair I've ever had. Never have to even get up to go to bed now. So, I don't think so. Don't want to spend my life never getting out of the chair. What your taxes taught me, it says. Well, what the taxes taught me is that there's a lot of rip-off going on, but yeah. 1040 SR, what's this? A new tax form for 65 plus. There's even an old person tax form now. There's a new tax filing form designed to make it easier for Americans age 65 and over. What do they have? Large print or something? But some tax experts say the target audience probably won't be able to use it. Let's see. It has larger type than the standard Form 1040. I was just making a joke, but it turned out to be true. It includes a prominent displayed chart for calculating the standard deduction. It will be available for filing 2019 taxes. they must use the standard deduction, which by the way will be huge this coming year. Most people will save because if you don't have a lot of itemized stuff, the new standard deduction is something like, I don't know, $20,000 per person or something like that. So most people won't have to pay tax unless they are making good money. Federal tax, that is. The pros and cons of living trusts. I don't always trust the living in my town, but that's just me. Protecting mom and dad. Privacy laws make it tough to fight for your parents, but there's a lot you can do. Upgrade their tech. What if they don't want to use any tech? Check that their Wi-Fi network is password protected. Yeah? Okay. See, here we go again with the old folks magazine ad that depresses me. The Jitterbug flip phone, just a bunch of big numbers. All you can do on it is call people. You know, does anybody still have, it says here, Grandparents' Day, 25% off. Big type, you know, big giant letters. They would be shocked if they saw me walking around playing Pokemon Go, which, by the way, I'm almost to level 35, in spite of taking almost 2 years off from playing the game. So that's pretty good. Special offer for AARP for what? Oh, walk-in tub. Why don't they have any stuff in here to tell older people how to be young? You know, they got old folks and whole life insurance. It's a ripoff. Don't do it, folks. Don't even do it. The simplest smartphone ever. Well, this is another Jitterbug phone, but for old people that are less allergic to technology. So, the future of work. 3 big myths about window replacement. I don't care. Your state news. What's it say for Oregon? Supporting vets, something. That's good. We should support vets. Prevent fraud. If somebody says to you, you've won $400,000, you just need to wire us the funds in order to get the money to you know, via Federal Express or whatever, and pay the taxes. Okay? Is there anyone dumb enough to fall for such a scam? Not in my subby base, there isn't. But somewhere out there, somebody must fall for scams like that, or they wouldn't keep doing them. But anyway, escaped a scam. Here's readers responding. Thanks to Beware of Offers for a free cancer screening, you saved me from becoming another victim of Medicare fraud. I received a believable call offering me a DNA test. I would have to give them my Medicare number and told I'd receive a kit by mail. Hours later, I read your article and realized I had been duped. I was able to contact Medicare and request a new number. Don't give out your numbers. Anybody. Life Alert. America. I don't know. Another replacement window offer. What that? Mosquitoes bugging you? Turn up the tunes. Says that mosquitoes don't like Oh wait, they're entertained by electronic dance music, and it gets distracted from other activities such as biting their host. So just play techno dance, and they won't bother you. Okay, I think I have to wrap it up soon because I have almost no time left on the SD card. I always run out. So we'll come back and do something with maps as I promised down the road in 1 or 2 more videos. I'm going to do a collaboration with Joanne soon also, I think, and we haven't done one in quite some time. Linda Hamilton's looking old here, buff and tough. Linda Hamilton is back. I heard the new movie's not very good. Here's Linda right there. The old Linda and the new Linda. Can you see it? I'm not showing you very well. What do they say? Now Linda Hamilton, 63, is reprising her role alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is now 102 years old. Oh wait, it doesn't say that. But anyway, apparently that's a franchise that should have stopped making sequels a movie or 2 ago. The second one was really good, just like the first, but then they got carried away. There's the jitterbug flip phone again. Okay, forget about that. Money savers. What percentage of people have been a direct seller for a multi-level marketing company and say they lost money as a result? 27%, 37%, or 47%. It's got to be none of the above, because it's about 97%. So they can't be right with that multiple choice. 5 years ago, a violation for texting and driving would raise your insurance about 1%. Now it will raise how much? 5%, 10%, 15%, or 20%. I don't know the answer. It's probably D, but the answer should be 800%, because texting and driving is extraordinarily foolish and causes about as many accidents as serious drunk driving does, as a matter of fact. So the only accident I've been in probably 40 years was when I was rear-ended by somebody driving while texting. I was at a red light, stopped, and of course I looked in my mirror and saw someone's head down looking at their phone as they proceeded to slam into the back of me. So I don't have warm and comfy feelings towards those who text and drive. Well, we'll have to take this up again sometime in the future. I gotta go now and get some sleep. All right, everyone. Don't ASMR and drive. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And my friend Tom here will say goodnight to you all as well. Yeah. So, Tom, say goodnight to the nice subbies. And see, do you have any words of advice for the subbies out there before we go?
Yeah, don't ASMR and drive.
Oh, he said don't ASMR and drive, okay? That's what he was trying to say in turkey language. I could make a lot of good noises with this guy, but Instead, we're just going to go now. All right, everyone. Take care. Until next time. Bye-bye.